Hey, my name's Chad. This video we are going to get started loading up my 6 Creedmoor for my PRS rifle. So let's get over here, take a look at some of this stuff. So to start out, what we're actually going to do is load up these brand new Lapua cases, and these are the small rifle primer pockets. So I've got a few more small primers than the large primers. So I decided instead of going with the Hornady brass that I did some annealing on, since I have fewer of those primers and this is going to be kind of a getting started testing load, I want to use these new pieces of brass so that I can get like my initial charge weight testing done while I fire form all of these cases, and then I'll be able to resize them and get them, perfectly set up for my actual rifle's chamber. So we're going to do that first. Okay, so this right here is my CPS, the Competition Primer Cedar, that's made by Primal Rights. I've got this mounted into my inline fabrication high mount with the quick change top on it. So whenever I need to work on things, I can just pick them up, move them around. I've got my Lee APP over there, my Mech Marksman over there. Whatever I need to work on, just change the plates and good to go. But the cool thing about this is it's got this shuttle that you slide the primers from the tube up to where it's going to press up. And there's the primer push rod that'll come up when the handle is moved. So what I want to do first is get this set for this case. So with this wheel here, you can adjust the depth to go deeper or shallower. So if I go up, so what I'm checking right now is I want to be right at the line where that case will not move forward. So that means it's hitting that post in there. So we'll come back down a couple. Still hitting. And there we go. So that's going to put me right at the line. Each click on there should be a thousandth of an inch. So that's going to be right there at the line. Smooth even with the base of the brass here. So I've already got this tube loaded up with 100. Drop that. And then it's pretty easy. Just run the shuttle back, picks one up, and then see if you can see that. See right there, that primer comes up. So we know we're in good shape there. Let's see if we can actually prime one of these now. And it has a hard stop on the lever. So no matter how much further, you can see it flexing a little bit there on my bench, but it's not going to press it any further deeper than how I have it set. Okay, and now this is what we want to check. So it's not sliding out smoothly. That means it's a little bit proud. So that primer's sticking out just a little bit. So we'll go up one more. Almost there. One more, and that should put me right there. I forgot to take into account that it's going to press the case up just a little bit inside the shell holder there. Okay. So now let's see if we can take a look at this. So I can feel just a bit of a ridge there. I'm going to try going one more. There we go. See how that'll just stop now? So that is smooth. And that means we are just pressed in flush. There's not any little bit sticking out. So that should make us good to go here. Once you get a good rhythm down with it, this thing runs really quick. But it's just nice having really, really consistent results. Okay, so I wanted to get into this and I'm going to pop up one of these primers, and wanted to show the little bit better idea of the concept of how to measure a primer pocket. I hope that I've got this down right. So if I'm missing something, let me know. So obviously we want our calipers zeroed, and we want to take our primer. So we're just looking to get that measurement on the height of the primer. So we want to get our calipers so they're nice even up here, and then extend that tail down into the bottom. Make sure everything's level. It's about a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2. So that means we've got about 5 thousandths that that particular primer can go in. I mean, we're talking about, 2 hairs. So there's not much that it actually can go in, but there is a better tool for measuring this from Primal Rights, the people who make this priming tool. They've got a measuring gauge that will actually, it's a round shaft that will go into the primer pocket and get you much more precise depths. Now, from what I understand, getting this primer seated all the way up into the pocket without crushing it and having it too far out, too much space in there, just can give you more consistent ignition. So if that's something that you're looking for, there's a process to get that down a little bit better. I'm not at that point yet, but I wanted to throw the idea out there. If anybody's thinking about it, that's the way you do it. Okay, so my idea here, I've got a couple of these cases left. I just want to show you once you get into a good rhythm, like how fast you can actually go with this. So we'll see if I can do this a little bit quicker than I was showing the other day. Takes me longer to get the cases into each of their holes over there. Okay, now we're about to see if I got the right amount of primers loaded up. Looks like there's one more there. And we're clear. So once you get the hang of this down, you can actually get some pretty good speeds going. I was having trouble picking them off of this little lid on these Lapua cases, and then getting them situated over here to the side and loading them up on this block here. So, like I said, once you get it down, it's really pretty fast for being a single, like a single stage primer, more or less. But I'm really impressed with it. I like it a lot. I think it's a pretty cool little tool. And you get to use really neat red primer tubes for the small primers and black tubes for the large primers. Anything that's got black and red, it's going to get my attention. I'll admit I'm a complete sucker for black and red color combos, and that's one thing this has going for it. So it got me there, I gotta admit. All right, so next up, we're going to see if we can get a couple of cases charged with our H4350. That's what we're going to be running in the 6 Creedmoor. It seems to get the most positive reviews. People say it's a very good, consistent powder. So this is what we're going to try. I am going to be testing out this Intellidropper here from Frankford Arsenal. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if we can throw in some powder and get started with this. Okay, don't see anything coming out. I was worried with my luck I'd start filling this and I'd have a leak somewhere in it. So it does say that it's got a mode to learn called Powder Cow. Go ahead and run that, see what happens here. Ran it up to 7 grains. Okay, I'm going to guess that means it is done. So in theory, it should have a kind of a feel for that type of powder. Okay, let's start with 38.9. Okay, so I'm going to try 5 charges. I'm going to do 38.9, 39.2, 39.5, 39.8, and 40.1. That should give me, a kind of broad little range to get started with. So we're ready to just dump straight in. So we will start with 38.9. Let's see how it does. Okay, I'll give it some props there. It got that first one pretty quick. All right, we'll scooch over here. Go ahead and go straight in with it. Move to the next one. Okay, so we're a little low. Let's see if this will trickle up. Okay, so it was right 1 grain away from 38.9. I just thought of something. I want to test this over here and see how close this is compared to my more accurate scale. Okay, let's see what this thinks we're at. Okay. Let's take a look at that. So this scale here is showing 38.90, and this measures to 0.02 grains. So that's actually pretty good for that Frankfurt. That's actually much closer than I was expecting. I thought it would be at least 2 or 3 tenths off. But that is, I'm quite impressed with that. I'll take that every day. Let's drop that one in here. Moving forward. Okay, another 38.9. Okay, I'll take that. Well, I thank you for watching this. I wanted to show off my Primal Rights competition primer seeder and get all of my new Lapua cases loaded up. Like I was saying, I do have to fire form these cases so that I can then resize them back to my specific chamber on my rifle. So I figured while we're doing this, we'll go ahead and start doing a little bit of a load development and see if I can find the powder charge that my rifle is going to like the most. And then we'll have to start messing with seating depth and all that fun stuff. So I just wanted to show off this Intellidropper, which is actually working out quite a bit better than I thought it would. I really thought I would have at least 1 to 2 tenths variance compared to what that scale was saying, but it is spot on with my much more expensive and much more precise A&D scale. So that is really cool. If it holds that, then I will say that Frankford Arsenal Intellidropper, keep an eye on it when it comes up for sale. Go ahead and pick one up because I think this is going to be much handier for me doing these rifle loads. Hey, I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas, and I really appreciate every single one of you guys that watches my videos. Don't forget to drop it a thumbs up down below, and yeah, make sure you're subscribed. Double check down there. I'd really appreciate that. Make sure you're following along. You don't want to miss what else I get up to. We've got a couple more cool things on the way, and I can't wait to show them off to all of you guys. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.